Hi everyone, I hope you're doing well. Welcome back to Beauty by Jolliver. Today I wanted to do a haul and review on things I bought while I was on my honeymoon in New York and Barbados. So I've got things from the Disney store, Sephora, Macy's and some other extra bits and pieces as well. So let's get started. So the first thing I'll show you is from the Disney store. Now I actually used to work for the Walt Disney Company, so it has a soft spot in my heart, a lovely place in my heart, and I wanted to get two new additions to my collection. So I don't have a huge Disney collection, but every time we go somewhere new and there's a Disney store, I try and get one of the signature Mickey and Minnie's from that location. So from New York, I obviously had to get this super cute Minnie Mouse as a Statue of Liberty. And I got the Mickey as well to go with her, and he is the I Love New York. My husband and I did the super geeky full-on tourist mode and we got ourselves I Love New York t-shirt, so I had to get the Mickey Mouse as well as a souvenir for our time there. These were $16.50 each in US dollars. So they are really super cute. The next thing I got, we went to see Wicked while we were on Broadway, and I got this souvenir cup, which I actually think all drinks came in these. We didn't have to pay extra for this cup. It was just kind of a standard as what the drinks came in, so we got that to bring home. And we also got the program as well, which, oh, it's been bent in the corner on the way home, but it's still beautiful and there's loads of lovely pictures inside of the performance. I'd not seen it before. We wanted to see something new when we were there, and I've wanted to see it for so long, and it was just amazing. It really did live up to expectations, and even Tom, my husband, who's not a huge theatre fan, really enjoyed it, and it was much funnier than we expected, so that was fantastic. So on to kind of makeup and beauty bits. So the first store I actually went in, I stumbled across by chance, and it was e.l.f. Now I think we can get hold of this in the UK, but it's not something I've ever really sought out, but I've heard lots of good things about it. Now the prices were just insane, and I thought I have got the receipt so I can tell you guys just how much this stuff was. Now the first thing I got was a Tinted Moisturiser. Now I'm not sure if they're the same company or they're part of the same group, or if this is just a dupe, but for me this is so similar to the NARS Radiant Tinted Moisturiser, and this is e.l.f.'s Tinted Moisturiser SPF 20 sunscreen, and it says with aloe, cucumber and vitamins A, C and E. Now on the directions it actually tells you to apply it as if it was sunscreen, but it really is a tinted moisturiser, and I wouldn't apply it really more than once per day, just because I've got my blusher and everything else on top as well. I'd probably just put a regular sunscreen over it. But the formula is really nice. I was using it while I was on holiday. Really similar to the NARS Tinted Moisturiser. Probably just a little bit less coverage, if anything. But as you can see, packaging is really similar as well. And that was $3. Yes, $3, which is about £2.10. In the UK, which is just unbelievable for such a good product. The next thing I got from there, I actually got two brushes. I can't find one of them. The one I can't find was the Ultimate Blusher Brush, and that was $6. It was just like a big black fluffy brush. This one is the Flawless Concealer Brush. This was $3 also, and it is amazing. I've used it in a tutorial recently. It's actually the look I'm wearing now, which will be coming up soon. If you want to see that, keep tuned to my channel and subscribe not to miss it. But this is just a really fluffy brush. I'd say it's too big for eyeshadow unless you just wanted to do a complete wash, but it is designed for concealer and it works really well with liquid concealers. I've been using it with the Clarins Instant Concealer, which is just fantastic. So that was also really good. When I got to the till, I got to pick a free gift. I can't remember what the other products were, but this really appealed to me. It's the Jumbo Eyeshadow Stick. And it's just brilliant. I'll just swatch it for you there. It goes on so smoothly. As you can see, it just glides on. You could do thicker line if you wanted, but they blend really beautifully as well. And once it's on, it's on. It doesn't crease, it doesn't move. It was brilliant, and this was free. So I just got this as an extra. The first thing I got was the Anastasia Brow Wiz. I thought about getting the Dip Brow Pomade, but for me, I just wanted the ease of having a pencil just to quickly glide on. I do have quite thick brows anyway, so I didn't really feel that I needed to add any more kind of individual hairs. So this was just nice and quick and easy for me, and I got it in caramel. It comes with a spoolie on one end, and I'll show you the colour. This is the other side of the pencil end. And if I show you here, it just draws on. I don't know how well that's showing up, but it's just a very light kind of very neutral caramel colour. There's no real warmth in it at all, which is good for me because I have quite neutral hair, although it has, in the sun, it has kind of lightened quite a lot. So this is bordering on being a touch too dark for me now, but it just comes in the box here. And I've been really loving it. I wanted to get something that I'd heard really good things about. Normally I use the Clinique brow pencil, which is similar, but it's much greyer in tone, and the next colour up from the Clinique one is much warmer, so this is perfect for me. Next, I got another Anastasia product, and this is the Clear Brow Gel. I talk about this as well in my makeup look for this. I've got it on today also, but this I really love. Clear Brow Gel. That bit's in French. I thought it said something else then, sorry. It's got a nice thick brush, so you can just groom through your brows, and it's really lovely. It doesn't leave them feeling sticky or crisp at all. You can feel that you've got product on, but it's not icky on your face. It dries and it feels completely normal. You can't feel the stickiness on your face, which I have had with some brow gels before. And then after a full day at work, it's still there, but as I say, not intrusive, and but you can still feel that your brows are in place. It's really brilliant. I haven't got the prices for these ones. I don't know where the receipt is, but you can look them up on the Macy's website. I'll try and put them down below in the description box. Next up, this was a literally spur of the moment purchase in Macy's. I was looking at the new Urban Decay Smoky palette and trying to justify whether I already had colours like it, and I decided that I did, so I didn't go for that, but I spotted this at the till, and the lady started talking to me, and I said, oh gosh, you know, I've got to have it. And I think it was much cheaper than it is in the UK, which is why I ended up buying it. But it is the makeup setting spray, long lasting. It's oil free, paraben free, temperature controlled. Technology is also inbuilt. You get 2 lids. And I haven't done this yet today, so I can show you now, but you basically, it says shake well, apply your makeup and hold 8 to 10 inches away from the face, and spritz 2 to 4 times in an X and T formation. So I just spritz like that. The only thing I'm noticing I'm doing, because I'm starting at the top with every movement, is I'm getting a lot on my forehead and possibly not a lot down this side, so I may spritz in another direction next time. But I'm really enjoying this. How much it keeps my makeup in place over without me using it, I don't know. I still find that I tend to get quite oily throughout the day, but my makeup isn't separating as much. but I haven't really used it yet with a foundation that I know I have that issue with. I've got a new foundation which I'm going to show you in a moment, but I'm really enjoying using it. I like how it makes my face feel after I've sprayed it on, so I'll continue using it. I probably would repurchase as well. Next, from Macy's, this is the last thing I purchased there. I went to look at the mascaras, and for me, I'm a big Benefit mascara girl. I started with the Bad Gal. That was probably my first ever mascara, and I really, really loved it, and I used it for years and years, got one for every Christmas and birthday. But then their reel came out, and I thought I'm going to give it a go, and was completely bowled over. Absolutely loved it. And I thought, oh gosh, you know, Bad Gal's been put to one side. Really love this mascara now. And then the Roller Lash came out, and I've just not got round to purchasing it. I love their reel so much. Sorry about that, my washing machine just came on. I'd forgotten I'd put it on a timer. So I was saying that I hadn't got round to purchasing the Roller Lash, and I thought I'll get it while I'm in New York. And I got there and I just thought, oh, they've brought out new colours in their reel, and I've been thinking about getting a brown mascara for ages, and I just thought, I love their reel, let's get the brown version instead of getting the Roller Lash for now. I know it works, I know I like it, let's just try it out. And I'm really enjoying it. I've not used it loads because I've found, like for this look, for example, I wanted black lashes. So I've not used it loads, I've not really used it for work, but this is what it looks like. And obviously the formula is exactly the same, packaging is exactly the same, but I don't know if you can tell that much, but it's got like a bronzy colour to it rather than the silvery gunmetal. But the brush is exactly the same. But it's just this lovely chocolate brown colour, so I'm looking forward to using that more. As I say, I'll do a look on it with kind of like a brown smoky eye. I've just not got around to doing that yet. So that was everything from Macy's. Next, from Sephora, I got a few things, and I've also got the price list for this as well, but I've left it over there, so let me just go and grab that. Okay, so I've got the receipt now so I can tell you all the prices. So the first thing I got was the lipstick from Kat Von D. Now, I wanted to get some Kat Von D things while I was in New York because we don't really, again, have access to it over here. I'm sure I can buy it online somewhere, but I'm really the sort of girl that likes to try things first. So I was looking for a liquid lipstick that was kind of that browny, neutrally tone, kind of very Kylie Jenner-esque. The Sephora lip creams that I was trying to get, they had very limited colours in the things that I wanted. So they had all of the brights, the reds, the oranges, and I thought, I want something different. I've got lots of things like this. So the sales guy that I was speaking to recommended that I try the Kat Von D liquid lipsticks because they are the same company. So I went to have a look at those, and I found this one. Now, it's not, in hindsight, exactly the colour I wanted, but we'd already been in there a good hour, and I was conscious that I didn't want to spend too much time in New York doing makeup shopping. So I ended up plumping for this colour, and the guy recommended it. Now, this is the colour here. It's called Lolita, and it's a kind of pinky brown, I'd say. I'll swatch it for you here. In hindsight, I have worn this once so far, and I wore it on our transfer between New York and Miami, and then Miami to Barbados. I felt that it washed me out a little bit, so I need to have a play around with different makeup to see what's going to work best. When I look back at the photographs from the day where we were doing the flights, and obviously I was flying as well, so I was probably feeling a bit tired, but when I look back at the photos, this lipstick just wasn't working for me. Also, probably it's more of a winter lipstick, so I'm going to keep hold of it, I'm going to save it up for winter, and I'm sure there'll be lots of things that I can use it with then. I went to a hen do a year ago, and we went to a club in Birmingham, and there was a girl who was singing at the club, and she had the most amazing makeup, but everything was very kind of brown, very neutral. She didn't really have any kind of colour on her face, and she had a lipstick like this, and I thought her makeup was amazing. So I'm going to try and recreate something like that, so keep an eye out to see what I come up with. That was $20. so about £14, which I think is brilliant. The next thing I purchased was another thing from Kat Von D, and this was the ink liner, waterproof ink liner. So this is it here, and it's in Trooper, which was the black colour. And if I swatch it for you here, you can create quite a thin line or a thicker line, so you can see the two there. If I show you. So it's quite easy to use. For me, it's not as black as I would like it. If you can see on this one where I've sort of done a lighter line, it's just a bit grey toned. I'd quite like it to be able to apply less pressure but still have that dark colour. So I like it, I'm going to use it. For me, I like it a lot more than the Ico Skinny liners, I think they're called. They dry up pretty instantly for me, so I prefer this a lot more. I've not used it loads, so I'll keep you updated, but for the first impressions are quite good. And that was $19. So maybe a little bit pricier for a liquid liner, but I'm going to see how that one goes. The next thing I got was a new lip liner. I wanted something that's just really neutral for me to use, so I could just put a lip balm perhaps on top. I wanted it to kind of be my lip colour, but this is probably a little bit lighter. If I show you here, so that's the colour there. So it is probably a little bit lighter than my natural lip colour. Now, I get a lot of pigmentation around my lips. I get a very dark line around my lips when I've been in the sun. And I wanted something to kind of counterbalance that, so I could just neutralise my lips out, apply lipstick over the top, or just a lip gloss, as I said before. And this is really good for that, but it just takes my lips to be a little bit lighter than I possibly would want them. That was only $5. It's Sephora's own, so it's a really good formula. I really like it and it stays really well, but I just didn't pick the right colour perhaps. The next thing I got from there, this is a real wild colour for me. I love my bright coloured lipsticks. I've got oranges, pinks, corals, reds, everything you could kind of think of from a brights perspective, and I'm not adverse to wearing them. But this one is a little bit different for me, and my husband actually said, why don't you try it? He thought it seemed quite nice, and it's definitely a winter colour, so you might not see it in a look from me for a while, but I wanted to give this product a go, and the other colours, I'd got lots of them. So this is the colour. It's the Sephora Lip Cream, or Cream Lip Stain, and it is in, oh, there's no colour on it. Oh, that's frustrating. There's no colour on it, but it's this bright, dark purple anyway. So let me do a swatch for you, if I've got any more room. So there's the colour there. So it's really this vivid purple, kind of like an electric purple. So I really, really like it. I'm looking forward to using that in the winter. And they dry. I had, my whole arm was swatched in the store with all the different colours, and they dry beautifully, and they were really kind of tricky to get off. I asked one of the girls for a makeup wipe to get rid of the products I'd swatched, and they were a real scrub to get off my hands. So they've obviously got staying power. I've heard really good things about them, so I'm looking forward in the winter months to using that one. And that was $14. So there we go. And the next thing I got, were these hair ties, which I've used lots of. They're just these kind of ribbon-esque hair ties, really elastic, really safe for your hair, doesn't kind of cut into the hair at all. So I really like those, and I just got some kind of neutral brown ones for work, because I've got some of the more jazzy colours that I have from a lovely little store in Abu Dhabi, which is actually closed down, which makes me really sad. So I didn't know where else to get those hair ribbons from, so I picked some up while I was in Sephora, and those were $5, and I got 4 in the pack, so I thought that was really good. They're a lot more expensive than that in the UK. And then the last thing I got was a pure impulse buy, grabbed me at the till. I've been wanting to try this for ages, and it's the Bumble Surf Spray. I got the mini travel size because back in the UK I don't know really how much I'm going to use this. I'm going to be completely honest, I was a bit disappointed with it. I sprayed it in my hair. I did it 2 different ways. After I'd actually been in the sea or in the water, I sprayed it on my hair. And I also used it after I've showered and fresh washed my hair. And for me, it's just crisp and sticky. I felt my hair had been totally coated in like hairspray from the 80s and it could have snapped. I'm just not a fan. Whether I'm using it wrong, I don't know. But for me, I just didn't like it. The other thing I'm not a total fan of is the little clip to stop you being able to press it down. I'd much rather have a lid. I know lids come off and maybe get lost, but I don't feel like the packaging is complete without the lid on here. So this just pulls out and then you can use it. But for me, I'd rather have a full-size proper lid on it. But I'm going to keep using it. Let me know down in the description below if you've got any tips for this. I know I've seen really great reviews about it, so maybe it's just me not using it right. So let me know. Moving on now, so that's everything I got in New York. So then we went over to Barbados for the second half of our trip, and everything in Barbados is in the select stores is duty free. So we did a lot of good shopping in there. We went down to Bridgetown twice while we were in Barbados, which is kind of like the capital city and it's their main shopping area. And the things that I bought there were some things for me and some things for gifts for my family. So the first thing I got on the first trip down there was this new foundation. The Lancome Teint Idol Ultra 24 Hour foundation. I'll show you the bottle here. So I really like the packaging. It's nice and sleek, matte glass. And it comes in a pump as well, which is great. This colour is 045. Really liked this and got it because I'd got quite a bit of a tan and I needed a darker foundation. So I picked this up. It was on 50% off, so I actually bought it for £7, which is just insane. That's $10 US. So I couldn't believe how much of a good buy that was. Really, really great foundation. I really love the finish of it. It's not too matte, it's not too dewy, it lasts really well. I do find I still get quite oily throughout the day, so it's not kind of countering that at all. I also probably wouldn't say it was 24-hour wear. I think that's a bit of a stretch claim. Maybe if you had drier skin, it might work for you, but as far as the finish goes, I really, really love it. So really, really pleased with that. Now on to 2 things that I'm not so pleased with. These are the NYX or NYX Extreme Shine lip creams. Now I thought these were going to be maybe a bit of a dupe for the Sephora lip creams that I purchased in New York. But for me, these are not good at all. They are very thick. They don't set, so they're like a cream gloss. And it might, you know, it might be to do with the colours that I've picked as well, but I put them both on and I've mixed them. I've put them on separately. My husband hated them. He said they made me look really trashy and cheap. I really don't like them, so I do feel bad about it because they are pretty colours, but I'm just going to swatch them for you here. The finish just isn't right, and I sort of feel that if you had, these are quite kind of neutrally pinky tones, but if you had darker colours, you could just get in a real mess every time you had a drink or food. I'm sure it'd be smearing on your face. So those are the 2 colours there. You can see those, but I mean, you might be able to see the shine on them. They're very, very shiny. They don't set matte. They stay like that. They just didn't work for me. If you're into things like this, then perfect. They'd be great. But I just didn't feel like they had the right finish. I mean, they are cheap products, so I suppose I shouldn't be expecting too much, but I have heard that a lot on NYX or NYX's stuff is really, really good. The colours I've put on here, the top one is Natural. That's this one here. And this one is called Peach, Nude Peach Fuzz. So the colours are really pretty, but just not the right finish for me. The last things that I purchased are for gifts for my mum and dad. So I got them things that are probably a little bit more than we'd normally get them for just holiday gifts, because they've supported us so much through our wedding and honeymoon and everything, and I wanted to give them a big thank you, and this is part of it. So this is for Mum first. I got her the Clarins Blush Prodigy, this is in 05. This is the packaging here, and then inside it comes in this lovely velvet case, which I thought was really sweet, and then the other packaging is in here. Lovely gold finish as the blush. So it's a really neutral kind of beigey tone. Mum doesn't like anything too pink, so I really steered clear of that. And then this is the one that I thought she would like the best. And there's a little bit of shimmer in there, but then there's, if you can see, it's split up into 4. Sorry, the reflection. So these two here are the shimmers, and then this here and this here are the mattes. So if she wanted to just use matte, she could. If she wanted to just use a highlight, she could. So I thought that was really good, and the packaging is beautiful. The other thing I got from Mum, again from Clarins, this is one of their glosses, and this is in 08. It was tricky for me to find something that wasn't too pinky, and this was the best tone that I found, and this is a really beautiful coral colour. I'll just show you. I won't swatch it because it's brand new for Mum, so but it's a lovely coral colour, and those are the colours that she really does like. They have separated a little bit at the top. They were like this in the store, but after a good kind of shake up and mix with the doe foot wand, they were absolutely fine. So I'm happy with those. So for Dad, we got a new fragrance. Now Dad likes the Ralph Lauren fragrances, so he's used the green and the blue for years. And then Mum and I went to Gran Canaria, I think it was last year, and we got him the red one, which was new out then. And Tom, my husband, said that this fragrance, this smell was of a similar kind of vein to those ones. So this is the Dolce & Gabbana, the One Gentleman for men, and we got the 100 mils. This price wise was $78 US, just to give you a bit of an indication there. So that's about roughly 52 pounds. Roughly. And then the other products that I mentioned to you earlier, I forgot to give you the prices. So the blusher for Mom was $30 US, so that's about £21, and the lip gloss was $23, so that's about £16-17. So those are all the purchases that I've made. The other things that I got, just 3 more things, are clothing items from Abercrombie & Fitch. So I'll show you those quickly. So this jumper is one of them. It's just a black and white kind of casual loose fit jumper, kind of baggy, and it's a bit longer at the back. So I really like that one. It's just comfortable, long sleeve. So it's just nice for kind of just going and doing errands or a bit of shopping. Nice with a pair of jeans. You could dress it up if you put it with a nice pair of court shoes and a nice black clutch. But it's a really kind of more cosy casual jumper. The other things I got were this t-shirt from Abercrombie & Fitch again. And this has got the A&F logo, and then it says New York on the front here. Again, just really casual, nice and comfortable, and it's a nice lightweight fabric as well. And then these were all on sale, these items, so I can't remember the exact prices, but they were really good value. I haven't worn this one yet, so I can give you the price. But this is just a nice knit cardigan, really casual, long length with the chunky buttons. I've got something like this in cream, but I liked it in the grey, so it's just a bit of an extra addition to my wardrobe. And this in the sale was $19, so that's less than £14. So from Abercrombie & Fitch, I was really pleased with that. I think the t-shirt was like $20, and I think the jumper was about the same. So they're all about kind of £14, £15, which was great. So that is everything I got in New York and Barbados. If there's anything I've forgotten, I will add it into another video in a tutorial somewhere, but I'm pretty sure that's everything. I've tried to keep it all in the bags for you guys. If you'd like to see more of these hauls, or if there's anything that you'd particularly like me to review out of the things you've seen, please leave me comments in the description below. Again, to see this look, it will be coming up soon, so hit that subscribe button, and if you can like this video, I'd really, really appreciate you giving a big thumbs up. So speak to you again soon, guys. Bye.